Welcome, everyone. Today, we're jumping into something really fascinating. We're cutting through all the noise and the headlines. We want to look at what you can actually do with digital currencies right now, like today in 2025. Forget just holding on to them. We're talking about how crypto has genuinely moved beyond just speculation. It's really becoming part of our daily lives, changing how we buy things, how we interact. And honestly, the possibilities are way broader than most people probably think.
That's exactly right. It's a massive shift. We're seeing a really tangible one in how we use digital assets. I mean, what started as this kind of niche experiment, for the early tech folks, it's now clearly part of everyday transactions. That really signals a pretty widespread adoption is happening now. So today, yeah, we'll explore the whole range from grabbing your coffee, the basics, all the way to some really futuristic things that might genuinely surprise you.
Okay, let's unpack that. Starting with maybe the most relatable thing, everyday buying. For ages, the idea of, I don't know, paying for groceries with Bitcoin or Ether, it felt like science fiction. But you're saying now it's as simple as just tapping a debit card. How did we get here so fast? What's making it convenient now?
Well, it really comes down to the rapid development of some really robust platforms and tools. They're incredibly user-friendly now. They basically bridge that gap between holding crypto and actually spending it in a regular shop. You've got platforms like Flexa, for instance.
Flexa, how does that work?
So Flexa acts like a payment network. It lets merchants accept different cryptos. But the clever part is it instantly converts it to, regular money, fiat currency right at the sale.
Yeah.
So the shop owner doesn't have to worry about the price jumping around.
Okay. That makes sense. Takes the risk out for them.
Exactly. And alongside that, you've got these crypto cards. They've made a huge difference. Companies like Coinbase, OKX, Whitebit Nova, they all offer them. And the key thing is the user experience. It's simple. You don't need to be a tech whiz, no complicated wallet stuff. You just load your card, use the app, and you're good to go. It feels pretty much identical to using your normal bank card.
So all that friction, the complicated exchanges, waiting for confirmations,
Yeah.
worrying if the coin's value drops while you're buying, like, milk.
Yeah.
That's mostly smoothed out now by these technologies. That sounds like a massive step for actual daily use.
Precisely. And we're seeing it work in practice everywhere. It's becoming remarkably seamless. You can literally walk into Whole Foods, buy your groceries, or grab a coffee at the Starbucks, pick up gaming stuff at GameStop, all paid for with crypto without touching traditional money.
Wow, okay.
And these transactions happen almost instantly, kind of behind the scenes, thanks to those payment systems and cards. And it's not just those names. Other big retailers too, Petco, Lowe's, Chipotle, even Home Depot, they're getting on board. This kind of widespread acceptance, it really shows that digital assets are being seen as, legitimate ways to pay. It makes daily life easier and integrates this whole new financial world into our normal routines. It's convenience meeting tech. And it changes how we think about crypto, not just investments, but actual usable money.
That really hammers home the shift, doesn't it? From this abstract idea to a practical tool for just living. But okay, if we're seeing it for groceries and coffee, what about the other end? The big ticket items, the world of luxury goods. It feels like those markets are also jumping in, offering some pretty flashy ways to spend crypto.
Oh, absolutely. The luxury market is often ahead of the curve, right? Catering to people with diverse assets. And they've definitely opened their doors to digital currencies. Take cars, for example. We know Tesla accepts Dogecoin for some merchandise, maybe vehicles again soon, who knows? But beyond that, many high-end dealerships for brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bentley, even Bugatti dealers.
Seriously, Bugatti?
Yeah. They're openly taking various crypto payments. Bitcoin and Ether are common ones. Imagine driving off in a new supercar, paid for entirely with digital assets. It kind of makes you think, what does this acceptance in such exclusive markets really say about how these assets are now viewed? Their stability, maybe.
That is a powerful statement, a Bugatti bought with Bitcoin. It suggests a real maturation. Like global wealth advisors and luxury brands are starting to trust it as a stable, liquid, maybe even discreet way to handle large sums. And it's not just cars, right? I hear luxury watches are another area where crypto's making waves.
Indeed. There are platforms now, like BitDials, for example. They let buyers shop for really sought-after timepieces. Rolex, Cartier, Patek Philippe using Bitcoin. BitDials basically acts as a marketplace for these exclusive items, handling the crypto side for buyers worldwide. It's this blend of, timeless luxury and super modern finance.
That's quite the mix.
And for a really unique example, the watchmaker Franck Muller, They launched this diamond-covered watch that actually had a QR code embedded in it from the very first block of Bitcoin, the Genesis block.
No way. A piece of Bitcoin history on your wrist.
Literally. So yeah, this merging of high finance tech and classic luxury, it really expands where digital assets can go. It shows growing trust, more mainstream acceptance, even in these super exclusive circles. It validates crypto as a genuine store of value for big purchases.
Mind-blowing, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've seen crypto go from speculation to practical cash for everyday stuff, and now even for life's biggest luxuries. It makes you wonder, if it's doing that, what other, maybe stranger, newer things is it enabling? Let's dive into the really unusual, maybe futuristic applications, stuff you might not even know was possible.
Yeah, and this is where it gets interesting because it goes way beyond just, buying things. Think about DNA time capsules.
DNA time capsules, what are those?
So you can now pay using Bitcoin or Ether to store your genetic data or even digital memories like photos or journals. You store them in these highly secure blockchain vaults. They're designed to last for, well, potentially generations. It's not just data backup. It's about preserving your legacy in this incredibly resilient, future-proof way. It's immutable, potentially accessible way down the line.
Wow, a digital vault for your actual DNA, secured on a blockchain. That's
Yeah.
profound. Really long-term view. And does it get even more speculative, let's say, thinking about the ultimate future?
It certainly does. How about cryonic preservation?
You mean freezing bodies?
Yep. Companies like Alcor, one of the main ones in that field, they now accept Bitcoin for freezing bodies or even just brains, hoping that future science might allow for reanimation someday.
Whoa.
Okay.
It shows this incredible leap of faith, right, in both future science and the long-term value of Bitcoin. It's literally investing in a future that's potentially centuries away using a currency that itself was once seen as pure speculation.
Investing in the future and yourself with crypto. That's wild. And then there's this whole other area where tech itself starts making the payments, almost on its own.
Right. This brings us to something called agentic payments. It's a fascinating trend. Basically, you have AI systems, artificial intelligence, acting like personal financial assistants. They get the autonomy to manage digital wallets, look for the best prices, and actually make crypto payments by themselves.
Like my smart fridge ordering milk with Ether.
Sort of, yeah. Or imagine your personal AI assistant automatically paying for online services or software subscriptions, or even physical supplies. Paying in Ether or Bitcoin without you needing to approve every single time. It could constantly optimize for the best deal. It does raise interesting questions, though, doesn't it? How will AI managing our money change how we think about wealth or interact with the economy when payments become so automated?
An AI paying my bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a game changer for efficiency. Maybe a little unsettling for some people, too. And speaking of personal choices, I heard crypto's even moving into wellness and cosmetic procedures.
That's absolutely right. Even things like cosmetic surgery or cutting-edge biohacking treatments, anything from Botox to stem cell therapy. Some places are starting to accept digital assets for payment. This seems particularly common in really crypto-forward cities, places like Dubai or Miami. They're often quick to adopt these new financial trends. So this whole segment, it really makes you think about the future, doesn't it? From your personal legacy, your health, to how AI might handle our finances. It pushes the boundaries of what we even consider a purchase. Shows crypto is touching pretty much every part of life.
So, okay. We've done the daily grind, the high life, and the truly mind-bending future stuff. Let's pivot now to some of the really big foundational life transactions. How are traditional institutions adapting? We're talking about crypto getting integrated into core systems, right? Which shows an even deeper level of acceptance.
Yeah, if we zoom out a bit, this really shows how embedded digital assets are becoming. In foundational structures, real estate is a huge one. It's fully embraced crypto now. Big names like Christie's International Real Estate, they even have a specific division just for digital asset purchases. They recognize the wealth there.
Christie's, the auction house.
The very same, their real estate arm. And then you have platforms like Propy. They're handling entire property deals directly on the blockchain. That means the title, the transaction record, it's all logged immutably on-chain, which can streamline the legal side, make it more transparent, cut out some middlemen. You can find listings for everything, private islands, luxury penthouses, all buyable with crypto. It's a big shift from traditional banks and escrow, offering efficiency and global access.
Relying a private island with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely says something about its value and usefulness now, far beyond just trading.
But it's not just huge assets, is it? Education, that's pretty fundamental. Are universities on board? They are. They're seeing the need to adapt. Bentley University is a good example. They accept Bitcoin, Ether, and also USDC for tuition.
USDC, what's that one?
That's a stablecoin. It's pegged to the US dollar, so its value doesn't fluctuate wildly like Bitcoin or Ether can.
Yeah.
Makes it practical for fixed costs like tuition. So accepting these makes education potentially more accessible globally, cuts out currency conversion issues, and it really shows these established institutions are thinking ahead. It validates crypto's utility when universities accept it, signaling maturity.
That is a big step for mainstream comfort, using it for something like tuition. What about insurance? That feels essential, risk-focused. Are they involved?
Absolutely. Insurance companies are definitely getting involved too. AXA, the big Swiss insurer, and a U.S. company, Universal Fire and Casualty Insurance Co., they're examples. They're processing premium payments and digital assets now. It gives policyholders more flexibility, recognizes that people hold wealth in crypto. It's about meeting customers where they are, diversifying options, and showing confidence that these assets are stable enough for long-term commitments like insurance.
It really sounds like crypto is just weaving itself into almost every part of life. Personal, institutional, even governments and big charities are involved now. That really speaks to deep integration.
That's kind of the ultimate sign, isn't it, when governments get involved?
Yeah.
In Utah, for instance, you can actually pay your state taxes using Bitcoin.
Pay taxes with Bitcoin.
Yeah. It's a clear sign of government recognition, integrating digital assets right into civic life. And on the charity side, UNICEF has a dedicated crypto fund. They use it to support their global work. They can leverage the speed, the transparency, the borderless nature of crypto to get funds where they're needed, potentially faster than old methods. So all of this, it just highlights this profound shift, digital assets becoming really integral to our financial systems, education, even how we interact with the state and support causes. It shows broad acceptance, undeniable utility. It's a whole ecosystem developing right in front of us, a global embrace, really.
What an incredible journey we've just covered. Seriously. From just grabbing coffee and groceries with Bitcoin or Ether to driving off in a luxury car, storing your DNA in a vault, even planning for cryonic freezing. We've clearly seen cryptocurrencies move way beyond just being speculative things. They're spendable money, integrated into daily life and even the biggest life decisions.
And that really is the key takeaway for you listening. The implications of this adoption, they're huge. For global finance, for how we live day to day, it really highlights that, knowledge is powerful when you can actually apply it. We hope you're starting to see digital assets not just as things to invest in or trade, but as real versatile tools for everyday living and for things we haven't even imagined yet. The utility is there, and it's just growing.
It's a future that's definitely already unfolding. Pretty exciting to watch.
Yeah.
So let me leave you with this thought. It came straight from our research. Do you want to buy a pizza or a new island? It's possible with crypto. And thinking about that, what's going to be the next really surprising thing you can buy with digital currency? And how might that change your world? Something to think about. We'll be here exploring it with you next time.